Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamade. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamaslokya Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki. Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam session. Canto 11, Chapter 2, verse number 41. Maharaj Nimi meets the Navayogendras. So this particular verse, I shall read the verse now. 41. Kamvayum agnim salilam mahimcha jyotimsi Satvani disho drumadin Saritas samudramscha Hare shariram Yatkim cha bhutam pranamed ananyam. Translation: a devotee should not see anything as being separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Ether, fire, air, water, earth, sun and other luminaries, all living beings, their directions, trees and other plants, rivers and oceans, whatever a devotee experiences, he should consider to be an expansion of Krishna. Thus, seeing everything that exists within the creation as the body of the Supreme Lord Hari, the devotee should offer his sincere respects to the entire expansion of the Lord's body. Purport and translation given by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Jiva Goswami has given this example from the Puranas that because of a greedy person's obsession with money, wherever he goes, he an opportunity for acquiring wealth. Similarly, a very lusty man notices women everywhere. In the same way, a pure devotee should see the transcendental form of the Lord within everything. Since everything is an expansion of the Lord, it is our practical experience that a greedy man will see money everywhere. If he goes to the forest, he will immediately consider whether it should be profitable to purchase the forest land and sell trees to paper mill. Similarly, if a lusty man goes to the same forest, he will look after everywhere for a beautiful woman to rest. They might happens to be there. And if he goes to the same forest, he will see Krishna there. Knowing correctly that the entire forest as well as sky canopy above is the inferior energy of the Lord. Krishna is supremely sacred, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this particular verse, it is discussed about who is a devotee and how many types of devotees are there. Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakur Maharaj explains in his Chaitanya Shikshamrita about 3 types of devotees: Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Uttamadhikari. So, the Kanishtadhikari is a devotee who follows the norms of the devotion service and attached only to the deity worship, and he always glorifies the Lord and never respects any other devotees. Is called Kanishta Adhikari devotee. The Madhyamadhikari devotee also follows all the rules and regulations of the scriptures very sincerely, but he differentiates the low-level devotee and the devotees who are equal to him and devotees who are very advanced to him. So he distinguishes the stand of a devotees, the position of a devotees. So on Madhyamadhikari also he will show compassion to the low level devotees who are junior to him, and the Madhyamadhikari and the devotees who are equal to him, he shows very intimate friendship with them. And for the senior devotees or advanced devotees, he shows a lot of humility and he serves them in a very humble manner. So the Uttamadhikari level, where here in this verse says that he sees everything is connected to Vishnu. Vishnu means is related to everyone, because the earth, water, fire, air, ether, bhumi, rapu, anala, vayu, and mountains, trees, plants, oceans, rivers, and whatever is there in this existence of this material world or any spiritual world, he sees in connection with Krishna. That's the position of a Uttamadhikari level. The Uttamadhikari level sees everyone's heart as he sees everyone as a part and parcel of Krishna. Mamaivam sajivo jivaloke sanatana. So he sees even all other living entities, rather apart from human beings also, he sees all the living entities as a part and parcel of the Lord. He sees Paramatma in everybody's heart. So he is the Uttamadhikari level. If we see, if we happen to read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 15th, where when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had conversation with the devotees of Holygram, when he visited, when the devotees of Holygram, Ramach, I think, the two devotees, the prime devotees, raised the question to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that who is a Vaishnava? Because when Rath Yatra took place, the Rath was going from the Puri to Gundicha. So when it went to Gundicha, that time the Rath was tied with the cotton rope, and when it was pulled by the devotees very strongly, it got break open. Then Mahaprabhu pointed out this. Mahaprabhu figured out this and told the devotees that the next time, that is while coming from Rath Yatra, from Gundicha to, that is called Ulti Rath Yatra, return from Gundicha to this Puri Jagannath. That time he saw that he figured out about the ropes of the Rath, and he said, next time if you are organizing Rath Yatra, please tie with the silken rope so that it will not break open, it will not get tear. So he called out the devotees of Holygram and told, you are very famous for this silky ropes, so better you. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is engaging them with this particular service to the devotees of Holygram. So then the devotees accepted it, and from next time they engaged this service and they tied the Rath with this silken rope. So before this Rath Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was fully engaged, because Jagannath will be Baladev Subhadra will be staying in Gundicha temple for 9 days. So 9 different days Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged devotees in different types of services, and he also accepted the invitation of prasadam from the different devotees. It is especially mentioned about the 9 devotees, but they are not given the details of the names. He went to Advaita Acharya's house. Advaita Acharya hosted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also focused that not even one devotee should feel bad about him, because some devotees are hosting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's reception, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence for honoring, for serving prasadam, but others may lose the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered all the devotees' invitation, and he saw that everyone should get the host of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hosting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for serving prasadam. in those 9 days. So when next year, during particular Rath Yatra, this devotees of Holy Gram asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is a Vaishnava. First time they say, Mahaprabhu answered that Vaishnava is a person who chants the holy name of Lord even once, he is called a Vaishnava. And the second year also Rath Yatra came, and second year also the same devotees asked the same question to Mahaprabhu, and second time Mahaprabhu said that a Vaishnava, who is a Vaishnava? The Vaishnava is a person who chants the holy name of the Lord constantly, incessantly he chants the holy name of the Lord. He is called a Vaishnava. And third time also in Rath Yatra, the same question asked by the same devotees to same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, the Vaishnava is a person who chants the holy name of the Lord constantly and make others also to chant the holy name of the Lord. He is a Vaishnava, he said. So in different contexts, in different Rath Yatras, in different 3 years consecutively, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he gave different answers. So a Vaishnava is a person who makes others also to remember Krishna, to chant the holy names of the Lord, and to chant the holy names of the Lord always, constantly. So there are so many different levels of, there are 2 types of Vaishnavas. One type of Vaishnava is ordinary Vaishnavas, and other type of Vaishnavas are Vaishnavas who are situated in a transcendental level. From the ordinary devotees, from the ordinary Vaishnavas, it is well explained by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj in his Chaitanya Shikshamrita. So it is also said that Vaishnava is like a crane, and is like a cock and salt, and you are a Vaishnava. So, this is a beautiful narration that the Vaishnava is always like a crane. He will be always searching for so many, there will be so many fishes in the pond, but in the river, but the crane will stand in one leg and it will catch only particular fish which she wants it. So this Vaishnava is also like that. There are so many discussions are going on among the devotees, but this devotee who is like a crane always always gives his ears to hear about the discussions which are connected to Krishna. So even that is, and also it is compared to cock. The cock or hen which goes to garbage but picks up only the grains there. So Vaishnava is like a cock which picks up only grains. So there are so many services in the material world and in the material world, but the Vaishnava is like a cock, only picks up the service which is connected to the Krishna only. And he is like a salt, like if you are cooking some dish, nobody will glorify the salt. But if salt is not there, the whole dish become, the menu or dish will not be tasteless at all. Only the salt will add the taste. But nobody will glorify the salt. The Vaishnava is also like that. He doesn't want any glorification. But still, Vaishnava plays a greater role. But salt plays a greater role. Without salt, there will be no taste at all. But still, the Vaishnava is like a salt. He doesn't want any glorification, but still he wants to do so many services. Different types of services in the midst of devotees. But still, he will not expect any glorification at all. And when the one devotee from Srirangam asked His Divine Grace Parashara Bhatt, His Holiness Parashara Bhatt, when he asked that who is a Vaishnava, and the Parashara Bhatt told that you should go to Tirupati and ask Ananta Alvar. Go and ask him, and he never opened any. He didn't give any back answer to that, back answer to Parashara Bhatt, and he silently kept quiet and went to Tirupati, and he asked the question to Anantalvar, and Anantalvar said, "Now I am busy. Now you go to this particular place and serve all the devotees." And he served all the devotees very diligently, very humbly, very politely. He served everyone, and after that he asked the permission, and then he took the prasadam. Then Anantalvar told, "Now you are very humble now. You are very, because you never asked, you never gave any back answer, you never argued with him, and you never put forth any back and forth questions to me. You just kept quiet, and you tolerantly faced so many, tolerantly you are serving the devotees." So this is called the symptom of a pure Vaishnava. And the Vaishnava will always be tolerant, he will be always showing mercy to others, and he will always make others devotees to connect to Krishna. So there was one devotee also saying about the Vaishnava is beyond all varnas, he says, because a Brahmin is very intelligent, Kshatriya is very very rajasic, and he wants to have control over his subjects, and the Vaishya is very smart in doing business, and the Sudra is very humble. So the Vaishnava is beyond all these varnas, because he intelligently gives the scriptures to all the Vaishnavas, to all the devotees who are not aware of these scriptures. And like a Kshatriya, he will not be arrogant, or he will not be rash towards any other of his subjects, but still the Vaishnava is always utilizes his time, his energy and his service only to serve the Lord, always to serve the people by giving Krishna consciousness to them. And like Vaishya, the Vaishya will always see the profit and loss. So the Vaishnava also, wherever there is chance of giving Krishna to non-devotees, he will give them as a profit. And when Krishna is not there, he will not spend his time, or he will not goes deep into that picture. Unlike Sudra, he will humbly serve all different levels of the people. So here in this particular verse, that the Vaishnava is a devotee should not see anything as being separate from Krishna, because Vishnu means he is always sees everything in connection to Vishnu. He sees everything in connection to Vishnu. Everybody and everything in connection of Vishnu. And also Srila Jiva Goswami narrates from one Purana that he gives an illustration that the greedy person will always seek for the profit or seek for the business, and wherever he goes, he sees the opportunity to acquire wealth. Similarly, a lusty man will always see about the beautiful girl for enjoying or for sense gratification. But a pure devotee see the transcendental form of the Lord within everything. Since everything is an expansion of the Lord, a pure devotee will always see how we can connect this particular thing or this particular person to Krishna. If a devotee goes to the forest, he will see that beautiful flowers, beautiful gardens, beautiful plants, and beautiful birds and animals, and he will start glorifying the richness of the atmosphere which has been created by the Lord. or he may pick some flowers, or he may pick some foodstuff, and he may offer to the Supreme Personality of God. By this way he connects everything to Krishna, since it is the creation of the Lord only. But when the devotee sees the so similarly, if a devotee, if a person who is very greedy, he will see that in this forest there are so many woods are there, so many teakwood and coconut trees. All we can sell it to some paper mill company, or we can sell it to some sawmill wala. Like this he will see. But a devotee will see these plants and trees. We can construct a beautiful temple, or we can use it as a firewood for our furnace in the temple. So in this way he connects these particular objects to the service of the Lord. So in this way, Srila Jai Goswami says that we should see the personal form of the Lord everywhere, because he is expanded like sun. So as sun rises, his heat and his prakasha, his illumination will pervade throughout the universe. Similarly, like the Lord's the energy or the transcendental form of the Lord will expand everywhere. So as the soul expands his function, as the soul functions or expands his nature throughout the body, it pervades all over the body. Similarly, the Krishna's transcendental form also expands everywhere. So whomever we see and whatever we see, that should be related to Krishna. He should see that is the part and parcel of Krishna, that is the object of Krishna. He belongs to Krishna, and everything belongs to Krishna only. Hare Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita also it says that Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Matha. It says in particular sloka that I am pervaded everywhere. I am and he also says, Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that in this particular verse that I am expanded everywhere, I am spread everywhere. Wherever you see, you can see. Wherever you are happen to go, or wherever you happen to see, in any place or in any location, that you can see me. So from a self-realized person can see this. A pure devotee or a pure Vaishnava, Uttamadhikari person, Uttamadhikari level devotee can see the objects or can see any sort of a thing which is connected to Krishna. In Brahma Samhita also it is said in 540 that Yasya Prabhavo Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti Kotishu Asesa Vasudadi Vibhuti Binnam Tad Brahma Nishkalam Anantam Asesha Bhutam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The Govinda is the primeval Lord who is endowed with great power. The glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete and unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets with their different opulences. So from his body the Jyoti comes, the Prakash comes. That's only from that Jyoti only the Mayavadi wants to unite with that particular Jyoti. So one should also intelligently think that the Jyoti never comes without the personal form of the body. Only if the personal form of the transcendental body of the Lord is there, then only Jyoti comes. So that we should always understand that Mayavadis are improper and incorrect because they want to merge with the Jyoti of the Lord. They want to merge with the light of the Lord, with the transcendental, the effulgence of the Lord, the glowing effulgence of the Lord, which is only a preliminary stage or a primary student who can understand very little about Krishna. But the advanced stage is that there is a personal form is for the Lord Sachidananda Swarupa, and there is, in that particular Vaikuntha planet, there is Goloka Vrindavana. In that Goloka Vrindavana, there is Shyama Sundara form is there. So we should meditate on that form and chant the holy names of the Lord incessantly and continuously without any break. We should keep on chanting the holy names of the Lord and remember the Lord. So one more example is given here. If the man is if man is important, his property is also important. Say example, if the Prime Minister is there, Prime Minister is a very important person in the country. Similarly, the property belongs to Prime Minister also is also very important. Similarly, everything that exists in expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that exists as the energy of the Lord. So we risk the danger of drifting into the Mayavadi philosophy, which according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most deadly poison for one trying to advance in actual spirit of life. Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Sarvanash. If we try to understand Krishna alone without the expansion of his potency, we shall not understand such statements in Bhagavad Gita as Vasudeva Sarvam and Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. So once there was a temple president asked Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. He was complaining to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj about different devotees who were committing so many mistakes while serving in the temple. He was telling, this devotee is doing like this, that devotee is doing so much all nonsensical things, he is not at all regularly coming to service. So many different complaints he was giving to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. And then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj said, to Prabhupada actually. So Prabhupada was telling, then he asked who is a devotee. He was asking to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, nobody is a devotee, I am a devotee. He said, Prabhupada said, boldly said, because Prabhupada was very exemplary, and he was very instrumental by discharging his duties to his Guru and Krishna. He was alone in United States of America. He himself was preparing all the bhoga and offering to Krishna, and he was distributing all prasadam to the people who are in Western countries who doesn't have any knowledge of Krishna or spiritualism, and he used to clean all the vessels which are thrown away by these hippies in America. So he alone served to the greater extent when he was preaching in America in the beginning, at the beginning stage. So Prabhupada was such a great Vaishnava. That is why he was also in Uttamadhikari level, and he came down to the Madhyamadhikari level, and he distinguished who is a devotee and who is not a devotee. And for non-devotees, he used to preach and go down to his level, and he started preaching Krishna consciousness. The conclusion is that this verse is spoken to help the devotee of the Supreme Lord advance in Krishna consciousness. It can be understood from the previous verse of the chapter that the ultimate goal is pure devotion service to Lord Krishna, and the ultimate medicine for this Kali Yuga is to only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.